A guy who got famous blowing up engines in his backyard just signed a contract with one of the most legendary teams in NASCAR history, and some people in the garage want to know how on earth that happened. On the 4th of March 2026, Richard Childress Racing made it official. Garrett Mitchell, the guy the whole internet knows as Cleetus McFarland, signed a 2-year deal to race in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. That is NASCAR's second biggest series, right below the Cup Series. And he is not racing for some small team. He is racing for one of the biggest and most famous teams in the entire history of the sport. Here is what the deal looks like. Cletus will drive the number 33 Chevrolet for RCR. This car will be a third entry in their O'Reilly Series program, added on top of the 2 cars they already run. The contract covers both 2026 and 2027. Right now, the plan is for him to race 3 times each year. His very first race is set for Saturday, April 4, at Rockingham Speedway, one of the most famous old tracks in NASCAR. And the deal is also expected to include races at Daytona International Speedway and Talladega Superspeedway, the 2 biggest and fastest tracks on the entire schedule. Tommy's Express Car Wash is the main sponsor on the car. Alex Lemon, the CEO of Tommy's Express, called the pairing of RCR and Cletus a dream team. He said both companies are family-owned, multi-generational, and care about speed and getting things done right. He also called Cletus a genius marketer, with a real connection to millions of fans. When Cletus found out, he could not hold back. He posted on Facebook and said making his O'Reilly Series debut with a team like RCR is a dream come true. He said he is grateful to learn from Richard Childress himself, along with Mike Verlander, Danny Lawrence, and the whole crew at RCR's shop in Welcome, North Carolina. According to Cletus, the team called him and said they want to make him a better driver and give him the chance to grow in this sport. And his answer? In true Cletus fashion, hell yeah, brother. But for anyone who might not know, who exactly is Cletus McFarland? His real name is Garrett Mitchell. He is 30 years old from Bradenton, Florida, and he owns his own racetrack called the Freedom Factory. On YouTube, he has more than 4.6 million subscribers. His videos are all about building wild cars, drag racing, burning tires, and taking fans along for every crazy ride. And here is something that might surprise you. According to NASCAR legend Mark Martin, Cletus actually has a bigger online following than any current Cup Series driver. Now, before this RCR deal, Cletus was already working his way into real racing. He made his first ARCA Menard Series start in 2025 with Rhett Jones Racing. In total, he has 5 ARCA starts and 2 top, 1 0 finishes, 1 at Talladega and 1 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He is also planning to run more ARCA races this year. Then came the big step up. In February 2026, Cletus made his NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series debut at Daytona. But his debut did not go well. Just 6 laps into the race, he got into a wreck and his day was over. He finished 37th. Before that race, he had to pass a high-speed test at Rockingham to get approved by NASCAR. And even during that test, he crashed. So his track record going into this new deal is not exactly clean. And that is where the controversy comes in. Freddie Kraft, a well-known NASCAR insider, had some strong words. After Cletus crashed at Daytona in the truck race, Kraft called out NASCAR for approving him in the first place. He said Cletus did not have enough experience to be out there at that level. And he made something very clear: he was not attacking Cletus as a person. He actually called him a great guy with great car control in his videos. His problem was with NASCAR and how they decide who gets approved. When the RCR deal came out, Kraft doubled down. He posted on X and wrote, "Crash at the Rockingham truck test. Crash lap 5 of your only truck start. Good enough for me. Approved." But he also added, "I don't blame Cletus one bit. We'd all jump at the chance to just show up and get approved." Kraft raised a big safety concern too. He said during the Daytona wreck, Cletus was lucky because his car went down the track instead of up into the other cars. At the time, Cletus was running in the top 10. Kraft said it was just dumb luck that he did not take out half the field. His main point was simple: NASCAR talks about safety all the time, but then approves drivers who have barely any seat time at that level. If something goes wrong, it is not just one driver at risk. It is everyone around him. Some fans agree. They say if NASCAR lets someone with a thin racing history get approved because of a big fan base, then every driver with similar experience should get the same chance, famous or not. The rules should be the same for everyone, but not everyone sees it that way. Mark Martin, a former Cup Series driver and one of the most respected names in the sport, went on the Dirty Mo Media YouTube channel and called this deal a big win for NASCAR. Martin said, "Cleetus McFarland is huge. He's an incredibly popular figure on YouTube. He is more popular than any Cup driver. He has a stronger following than any Cup driver in NASCAR. So, if we get Cletus McFarland involved in NASCAR racing, it's going to be a win for all of us race fans because it's going to bring more fans, more eyes on our sport, and even hopefully more ticket sales at the racetracks." Martin also talked about the normal path most drivers take. It usually starts with go-karts, then dirt sprint cars, legend cars, late model racing, then big events like the Snowball Derby and the Winchester 400. From there, it is ARCA, then trucks, then the O'Reilly Series, and finally the Cup Series. Cletus did not follow that road. He built his own path through YouTube. And Martin says that is fine, because what Cletus brings could help NASCAR reach people who have never watched a race before. Martin also said he has watched Cletus run laps in ARCA and believes he can handle a car. Now, let's talk about why this team matters. Richard Childress Racing is one of the oldest and most famous teams in NASCAR. They are based in Welcome, North Carolina, and they have won championships. And from everything Cletus has said, RCR is not just handing him a car and saying good luck. They told him they want to develop him, teach him, and make him better. That means this is not just about marketing. There is a real plan behind it. And the end goal for Cletus? He has said it many times, his dream is to one day race in the Daytona 500. Everything he is doing right now, from ARCA to trucks to this O'Reilly deal, is all building toward that dream. This 2-year contract with RCR is the biggest step he has ever taken toward making it happen. When you zoom out, this deal is about more than one driver. It is about what happens when the world of online content meets professional racing. Cletus has 4.6 million subscribers who watch car content every week. A lot of them may have never tuned into a NASCAR race before, but now they have a reason to watch. That is new fans, new eyes, and new energy for a sport that is always looking to grow. At the same time, the debate is not going away. Some people think a big following should not be a shortcut to the track. Others think it is exactly what NASCAR needs. Cletus has the audience, the passion, and now with RCR behind him, the support to get better. Whether he proves the doubters wrong or struggles on track, one thing is for sure, everyone is going to be watching when that number 33 Chevrolet rolls off the grid at Rockingham on April 4.